Y'all to see these. Look at how big they are. Oh my gosh. I don't know how she feels about the camera or whatever, but you're talking about a lot of work here, dude. Now y'all know that I can do this job, but how do I price it and make money at it? I mean, do we have to haul it off? I see woods back there, but I see a house over there. Oh my. It's a pretty big job. I'm gonna put y'all in my pocket. Okay, you guys, so y'all see these trees, and they're massive. So, they're big. Okay, so she agreed to 2,100. I don't know. Do y'all think that that's a good number? They're bad. See how big they are compared to those cars in the driveway, and I tell you, I think we can do it in a day and a half, 2 days. That's what I think. I do. Okay, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. It's let me make sure there ain't no damn dust on the camera. Okay, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday morning. Day is payday. I said payday, and yeah. So we don't have a lot to do today. It's not going to be a long day today, at all. We're going so far. Now I got a couple of calls in. We're going to the $1 Million Street, and we're only slated to do one of the properties. I know we made it through this week, so we could get away with one truck today, but we do better when we got 2 trucks. We got more options, and I might be able to parlay it into more money some kind of way. It probably costs about $15 in fuel for the other truck. So, you know, like I said the other day, yesterday's video was actually from the day before. The video I did yesterday, I don't know what happened to it. The SD card froze up on me or something. I couldn't open it up on my computer. I was able to open it up on the camera, but not on the computer. So I had to format the SD card in order to get it to work, and then I didn't even put it back in this camera. There's nothing more frustrating if you're a guy like me that does it, and any guys that do the YouTube. There's nothing more frustrating than doing a video and then only getting home and realizing you don't have any of the footage. That is just it's like, oh, So yeah. So by now y'all will have seen that job that I looked at, that I got with the GoPro yesterday, because I'll put it at the very beginning of this video. And that job, like I said, $2,100 is what, we didn't hardcore agree to that. I told her I'd have to get back with her, but she said that the owner, I guess she's a renter, I don't know, she said that the owner will do $2,100, and I mean, I think they can get it done for $2,100, whether I do it or somebody else does it. Really, it ain't their fault that I don't have any of the that I don't have any of a chipper and all that. I think for $2,100, a tree company come over there and But they'll do all that for $2,100, I think. I don't know for sure, you know. So there's a couple ways that we could do it, and I'll put a silent, you know, visual up here as I'm talking about it. So number one, they don't want to take the trees out. It might be easier if they did, you know, because then I could just bring the Bobcat over there and I could just, you know, push that sucker over and pick it up and put it on my Bobcat trailer. So, but they don't. So we're not going to have to deal with anything any bigger than about that, you know. I mean, that would be the biggest, you know, maybe not even that big. They want to cut it all off right around 10 to 12 feet high. So we could literally do it without the man lift. Of course, it'd be easier with the man lift, but you have to weigh a lot of things. Well, Ray, rent a chipper. Well, if I rent a chipper, well, we're talking about another $400 that's going to come out of the $2,100. So now we're at $1,500. But you got to go get it, you got to take it back and all that. And that's relevant, you know. What else? So you got to be thinking like that, you know. And I'm just, you know, and I got a disclaimer here that says that you ain't got to do things like I do it. My channel is really about, you know, the thought process, how I manipulate and plot things out to be able to keep the most profit. And this job is a referral. She told me that her lawn guy referred me. So, you know, I don't even know. It's probably somebody that used to work for me or something like that. You know, that's probably what it is. And I meant to ask her, but I was too busy, you know, looking at the job. So the job consists of the 2 Bradford pear trees, and y'all have seen that by now. Y'all will see how the reference from the Google Earth image from the street side view is not a correct description of them when you look at it from the street side. If you look at it from the street side and you try to bid that job on the street side of just the Google Earth image, well, you'd be way under, because the Google Earth image from street side is not indicative of how big they really are. I mean, they're huge now. They look nice and neat in the Google image, you know. So, and I don't know how, you know, what everybody knows about it, but you can always, on the Google image, you know, street side, you can always look at the date, year and stuff of when the actual image was taken. So you gotta, you know, when you're doing that, now if you're trying to just bid on the lawn, then you might be able to get away, you know, for an image that's a couple years old. But if you're dependent on, you know, it to bid on the job for trees or whatever, then you know, I'm not going to bid a tree job without looking at it, unless I have seen the property and I know about it, like a neighbor of one of my lawn care customers where I've seen that tree 100 times. You know, I might be able to, you know. So, but the scope of that job is cut them off, cut it all off, all the green off, about 12 foot, you know, give or take. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, perfect. And you can see where they cut it off years ago. And then I would do a couple more things just because to kind of stop it from coming back on the driveway so fast. Couple things though that you got to be thinking. So, okay, say I don't use a chipper, right? Well, then we're gonna have to go to the dump. Well, I would take it to the new dump, and not a new dump, but the dump that I just found out about, and that dump is probably about well, it's a good little track. Yeah, it's a pretty good ride. It might be, you know, so many factors you got to think about. The timing of going to the dump. Well, if you rent a chipper, can I rent a chipper? This is what I'm asking myself. I'm playing this out in my head for the camera. The multiple ways that we could do things based on the equipment that I have. You got to base it on what you have or what you have access to. Now I know if I had a crane and a 30-foot dump trailer, then it wouldn't be a problem. But I don't. So we have to base it on what I have access to, what I'm willing to spend, and the amount of debris that it's going to be. That's what you have to factor. So if trying to think. So if I rent a chipper, then I won't need the Bobcat over there. Well, we could do it without the Bobcat too, but we want to try to make it as easy as possible. If I rent a chipper, we could go over there with the chipper, and just me and Zach, and we could do it, you know, with the dump trailer. Now I don't know how long it would take. My thing is, I don't know how much chips my trailer will hold if it's chipped up. My dump trailer is only a 6x12, and I would have to put some kind of board on the end of it so it don't shoot it, you know, all over the place, right? So that's a factor there. See what I'm saying? And these are just things that I'm thinking about. So say so say we rent a chipper, okay? We're going to be out at least $400, because I would not need to rent the great big one. I would just need to rent an 8-inch chipper, not the 12. So I would need to rent an 8-inch chipper, and maybe I'll put an image up of what the 8-inch chipper looks like, and what it rents for. But the thing about a chipper in my area, I don't know how everybody else is, and y'all see the disclaimer, is if I rent a chipper, I'm going to want to do the job on the weekend, because then I can rent the chipper for the whole weekend for the price of one day. And then, because I don't know, and I know if I had a crew of 10, that, you know, we could do that job in one day, but I don't, and you know, so, you know, but if I rent a chipper, I'm gonna want to do it on the weekend. Well, that kind of disturbs things a little bit more than what you might think, because in that little cul-de-sac, you know, people being home and everything, there's not gonna be a lot of room to maneuver around with 2 trucks and everything. We'd have to have 2 trucks because, well, we gotta haul the chipper and the dump trailer, and we gotta go get the chipper. We gotta take the chipper back. All that costs money on top of the 3. So probably to rent a chipper that size for that job, it will probably end up costing fuel and everything. I don't know what the rate is per day over there, but it'll probably end up costing around $450 to $500. So take 500 from 2,100 right off the muscle. So now, well, we at 1,600. Well, I gotta pay Zach, so Zach can get a couple of hundred, 200 or 300. So now we're back. Now we're all the way down to 1,300 or 1,200, and that's if nothing goes wrong. And now we gotta do the job. So I'm at you know, 1,300 say, and we still gotta do the job. And all the things that can go wrong in the job, you know, well, I had to, since it's so much trimming, I don't think that I will bring the man lift. Why would you not take the man lift over there, Ray? Well, because that would require another vehicle, another pull. You know, I'd have to have another person, basically. And that would be totally out of the question at 2,100. I know 2,100 sounds like a lot of money for 2 trees. And, you know, if it were a tree company, and you're not taking them all the way out, if it were a tree company, see, they already got a chipper. They already got a chipper truck. They'll pull up over there with 4 guys and pole and 2 or 3 pole saws, and they'll chip all that crap up and shoot it into that truck, and they go on to the next job. I mean, they'll do that shit about like I do a big lawn, you know. But see, I'm not them, and you know, they could do it for. I mean, they could probably do it in just a couple of hours, you know, one morning. I know it's going to take us a full day at least, if not 2 days, a day and a half. That's my thinking. So that will be the numbers on the chipper. If we rent a chipper, I'd be at about $1,200, and you know, for a day and a half of work is my thinking. And that's not exact or nothing. So scratch the chipper. Well, let's just say that for now. And this is what I think about when I'm doing a job that I've never done before, that I don't know a lot about, that I'm you know, trying to bid on. Okay, so scratch the chipper. I don't own the chipper. The chipper's going to cost me all kinds of money no matter what, because I don't own it. If I own the chipper, it'd be different, but I don't. So now let's look at the job without a chipper. Okay, so now how would I do it? If I didn't have a chipper, what I would do is I would bring the dump trailer, the big trailer. You're going to have the dump trailer no matter what. The big trailer, and I'd bring the Bobcat with the gravel bucket. And, yeah, the gravel bucket is all you really need. Because you're not going to be in the dirt on anything. You're going to be, you know, on the asphalt and the concrete. And I know there are going to be some guys coming in the comments saying that, oh man, it ain't good on the tracks to ride it, to be on the concrete or the road. Dude, don't worry about it, man. The tracks are really tough. It's okay. Trust me. You know, I got, you can buy tracks 2 for $1,500, and I've had those 2 on there, probably made $100,000 with the machine since I put them tracks on it. So, way slow, man. So then if I'm trying to get it all together. So then if I don't rent a chipper, we're going to say the $400 or $500. It's really probably, yeah. So we'll just say $500 chipper fuel and everything. So now we're back to $2,100. I pull up over there with the Bobcat, $30 in fuel for the Bobcat. The gravel bucket, which I own, the Bobcat, which I own, the trailer, which I own, the dump trailer, which I own, the other truck, which I own. Everything is what I own. And I'm not having to go outside of that. Okay? Now, cutting the branches and loading them on the dump trailer. How many trips to the dump am I going to have to make? That's what you got to ask yourself. You know? You're going to have to ask yourself that with the chipper too. But we know a chipper's going to break that crap down to where it's damn near nothing. You know? So, how many trips is it going to take for me to go to the dump? Can I get 1 tree on each load? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. It don't look like it. It really don't. Okay. I wouldn't bring the man lift. I don't think you need a man lift over there no matter what. So the man lift kind of, now if it would make it easier some kind of way, then cool. But I just don't, we're not taking the trees out, and there's not really anything in the way that we can't grab hold of, you know. So yeah. So how many loads is those 2 trees cut them about 10 foot to 12 foot high? How many loads is that in the dump trailer? Well, right, man, that might be 10 loads. Well, I don't know. The Bobcat can really press it, and I can really pile it on the trailer. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot if you can't break it down with a chipper. And the strategic part of that is Well, I can do the job any day of the week during the week. If I rent a chipper, I'm going to need to do it on the weekends in order not to just get ate up by the rental fees. I'm already going to get ate up with the rental, but you know, see what I'm saying? So I go over there during the week and do the job with the dump trailer, the Bobcat trailer, and one guy. It's imperative that I just have one guy out there, because what else is somebody else going to do? You know, we're going to methodically cut it, and if I got the Bobcat out there, we can methodically cut it and pile it on the dump trailer, and then I can use the skid steer to press it, and then Zach can get up there with a saw and cut it, and I can press it and cut it and press it, you know. Of course, all that takes time, but you got a skid steer there that's really going to help you, right? And that don't cost me nothing. I mean, it costs me a little something, but nothing like what a chipper's going to cost. Y'all see what I'm saying? There's a multitude of ways that you can tackle that job. We could just go over there, chucking a truck style, and just cut the limbs, throw them on the dump trailer manually, and not have a Bobcat or nothing. We could do that too. I don't know how long, and then and also another thing that we can do, we can bring the equipment trailer. Of course, if you bring the equipment trailer, you might as well bring the Bobcat, even if you don't hardly need it. It's always going to come in handy on stuff like that, always. You could bring the equipment trailer, and we could cut off huge pieces and put them on the equipment trailer, and then take the equipment trailer to the dump too. We could load both those trailers up. We would just have to manually unload the equipment trailer, which is not that hard because you can push it off the sides of the equipment trailer. Let's see. What do y'all think, man? Let me know. And I know that was kind of probably all over the place. I don't know, but these are the things that I think about. And I'm gonna ask y'all a final question on this subject. Can I make money at $2,100? And which way would you guys do it? Well, Ray, you need to get you a damn this and that. I ain't getting nothing. I ain't buying nothing. I ain't buying no equipment. I ain't doing anything. I need to use what I got. Worst thing that I would do is rent a chipper. And that's going, I don't think I'm going to do that. I mean, the more I think about the chipper and everything it takes to get a chipper and everything that it takes, the timing and everything, and then have to take the chipper back. I mean, it's a time-consuming thing that you don't see on the job. It's an hour to go get the chipper, an hour to take it back. And then you got to look at too, when you take the chipper back, if you take the chipper back on Monday, right? Say you rent the chipper over the weekend, which would be the only way I'd rent a chipper. Say you have to take the chipper back on a Monday, well, you had to have the chipper back at the place at 9 o'clock. Well, then that's going to cost you too, because you can't just go from taking the chipper back to jumping on the lawn care. Because I have to go all the way back home and get the lawn care trailer, because you got to pull the chipper with the truck. There's a lot of guys on YouTube that talk about all these jobs and all this work, but they don't talk about it like I'm talking about it. They don't tell you all the little things that you got to be thinking about, or that I think about. Y'all see the waiver that I think about. But what I think is the best scenario, y'all, is going to be, and y'all tell me how y'all. I want y'all to comment and let me know. Some of you guys has got more experience than I got. Just some thoughts on how you think it ought to go down. This is my plan, or not plan, but my thinking. And we got to keep in mind that we're at $2,100. Can we make money at $2,100? That's the overall question. So, based on the stuff that I got, the equipment that I got. So my thinking is, go over there with the dump trailer and the Bobcat, and of course pole saws, and one guy, me and Zach, and cut and throw on the dump trailer. Y'all see the logistics of it. I'll put another picture of the driveway and everything. Y'all see the logistics of it. It's going to be, we're not going to drag the branches anywhere. The only reason we would bring the Bobcat over there is to help press it on the dump trailer. That would be the only reason. And to maybe, you know, I mean, really, you don't, I don't even, well, you really don't even need the Bobcat over there, to be perfectly honest, but I own the machine, so why not? If I'm going to take the trailer over there, then why not, right? Because I would take the trailer over there no matter what, because the trailer is 18 feet long, and you could put a whole lot of debris on that trailer and just strap it down. A whole lot. I mean, I could literally cut about 8 foot off those trees and put the whole tree, root ball and all, on the damn dump trailer. The trees ain't no more than 30 foot tall, I don't think. You know, it's hard to gauge that. So that's my thinking on how I'm going to do it, and then my profit would go from, you know, 1,200 or so to 1,600, 1,700. You know, they want to get it done, but they're not in a great big hurry. My thinking too might be, you know, let some more of the leaves fall off of it. I'm just saying. Peace out. All right, y'all. So we're done. We're done for the day. That's all we're gonna do. It's 12 o'clock, man. So I appreciate all the comments on the video yesterday. You know, there's always some negative fault. I mean, one guy came in the comments, y'all. I mean, I don't know. He was saying that, and I know y'all tell me not to listen to him, and you know, but I'm just like floored. He was saying that's not even his truck. That's all fake. I mean, folks really think that, and I don't know, but folks really think that there's a big conspiracy on my part to be a fake channel. Like, I'm going to go through all of these things. You know, I guess the Bobcat's fake. It must be a cardboard cutout. Is that what it is? Or the man lift's fake, or the mowers are fake, the truck's fake. How do you do that? How do you fake that? And okay, everything's fake. The truck's fake, the Bobcat's fake, everything's fake. What is my motivating factor? See what I'm saying, y'all? It's a lot more, to me, it's a lot harder to be fake than it is, you know, for me. And especially with my simple videos, they're really simple videos, just showing my day. They're not really anything, you know, crazy or nothing. And why would I go through the trouble to be a fake channel? And fake, I don't even know what the hell that means, man.